Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Malinda Purnama Sari. My student number is A1B219006. Okay, this video was created to fulfill the assignment of oracy in academic context. So here, I would like to read some useful expression for discussion. The first part is the expression can be used by the chairperson. The purpose of our discussion is blah blah blah. Okay, let's discuss blah blah blah. If we talk about blah blah blah, it seems necessary to discuss blah 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 and decide which is the most and the least blah blah blah. Let me start with blah blah blah. Let's begin with blah blah blah. Okay, let's discuss blah blah blah. First, we need to blah blah blah. Who would like to begin? Can you explain your point a little more clearly? Can we see what other people think about this? Is there any last comment before we move on to the next one? So we have two opposing arguments. On the one hand, blah blah blah. On the other hand, blah blah blah. In other words, most of us think that can we draw any conclusion from what we have been saying? The second part is can be used by everyone. I think that blah blah blah. In my view or in my opinion, blah blah blah. As far as I can see, I'm concerned. Surely, the main reason for my opinion is, to my mind, in fact, to the best of my knowledge, the way I see it, if you ask me, I'm not sure if it is said, it is believed, it is known that, it is obvious that, it seems to me that I have a feeling that, well, I'd say, you can take it from me that, it seems to me that if you want my opinion, first of all, to start with, I'd like to point out there can be no doubt that nobody will deny that. Everyone knows. Let's get this clear first. The point I'm trying to make is I'm absolutely convinced that the way I look at the next part is giving an explanation. Look, it's like this. The reason for this is, just let me explain. Well, the thing is, what I mean is, the main problem is, well, the reason is, above all, we must keep in mind that the next part is balancing arguments. On the one hand, blah blah blah, on the other hand, blah blah blah. Some people say that, others believe that. It is said that, blah blah blah. However, blah blah blah. The next part is asking questions about someone else's opinion or explanation. Could you tell me what your opinion about. How do you feel about? What do you think about? Do you think or do you feel? May I ask you? Do you mean that? Do you agree? Do you share my point of view? What do you mean when you say? What do you mean by that? I don't fully understand. Can you give some example? Could you explain to me? Just tell me why. I just don't see why. I didn't quite get that. Could someone please tell me? I don't really understand. Are you saying that? I beg your pardon? The next part is agreeing and disagreeing. I quite agree. I couldn't agree more. That's true, right? I think so too. That's just my feeling. That's a very good. That's important point. Yes, of course. Definitely, absolutely. That's exactly what I mean. I agree because I strongly agree with you. I couldn't agree more. That seems very logical to me. I share your point of view. So do I, so am I. I'm in all favor of what you have been saying. I can see your point, but that's a very good point. But yes, perhaps, but yes, but on the other hand, I agree up to a certain point, but maybe I suppose so. I don't think it is as simple as that. You may be right there. Yes, possibly, although, yes, up to a point. Yes, in a way. Well, it depends. I see what you mean, but I think it's not the whole story. Yes, but there is also another aspect to consider. I'm afraid I can't agree because I disagree. I'm afraid. Okay, that's all from me. Thank you so much for stopping by and watching my video. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.